So you're looking to find a date in 2018 to set the year right, and you're wondering which site, where do you go to find someone fabulous? The truth is, if you nowadays most people find people through dating apps and things like that. Doesn't matter if you use Match, eHarmony. No, all the same principles apply pretty much regardless if you use a paid app, a free app. I would actually recommend the paid app, but not because there's anything special about Match or eHarmony compared to Plenty of Fish or OkCupid. I would say it has to do with the fact is that if people are paying for the service, it suggests that they are a little bit more serious about really finding a really good match and not just more short term. Let's get to the basics. The most important thing you have to realize is that this is about sales. I know that a lot of people are not in the sales industry, but if you have a profile, you actually are kind of selling yourself as someone who's interesting, intriguing, someone that some stranger will want to actually spend time with you. A lot of people really neglect that. They think, oh, I just put a picture on there and that's all that there is to do. But that's actually not quite the case. You obviously the other person has no idea who you are, and they're just really judging you based upon really very quick glances at what your profile has. For guys, it's tougher on us because girls are not going to write to us. You are the ones who we're the ones who have to really market ourselves a lot more than women do in many ways. For women, sometimes they can get away with just having a good picture and that's all that's necessary. But for guys, the profile has to be really it has to be written very well. You should not include just a picture of yourself without a shirt on. A lot of women hate that. So a lot of people wonder, how come they don't write back? Well, that's a reason. On the other hand, if that's who you are, just being kind of a macho guy, I mean, there's someone for everyone. But the truth is that I would say a lot of this has to do with the fact is that you definitely don't want to set a bad impression from the beginning. Number two. The most important thing they don't realize is that when they're sending the message, you're sending it to a stranger. You need to be a little bit more professional in the first message you send. You shouldn't say, "Hey, yo, what are you up to?" or "Hey, what's up? How are you?" You have to remember, especially if you're a guy, that women receive thousands of responses. If you're receiving thousands of responses from people saying, "Hey, how are you? What are you up to?" things like that, they're not going to respond to that because they're already overwhelmed by the high number of responses that they're getting. That actually is an advantage for you, though, because it's precisely because your competition is extremely lame that this offers you an opportunity to really stand out from the crowd quite a lot, actually, because the other people are just really not even competing with you. Just like with YouTube, I'm dressed a little bit better than an average YouTuber. I feel that helps me stand out. And in the same way, with your personal profile, if it stands out just a little bit more, you have an edge. For guys, one thing I've noticed, there was a time where women wouldn't respond to my profile. I did a very small change. I changed my profile pictures to only include animals. I was one with a deer, one with a friend's dog. The number of responses increased more than a few 100%. So that's something to really keep in mind. That pictures with animals, it really has quite a huge impact, and that's another reason why I think that it's very, very important to realize how, the psychology that exists, because the thinking that because human behavior doesn't change. The women who are responding to you, they are really responding to you based upon very ancient principles or primitive parts of the mind. For instance, just a visual. They like animals, so there's a visual part of the mind where it says, "Oh, that's cool. They're hanging out with animals, so I like him." Or maybe that's an indication that he is a gentle person or caretaker or would be a good father. I mean, so women are thinking about that. And for women, the most important thing is, yes, it is absolutely very, very true that it is true that men are focused very visually on just the profile picture, and that, so the pictures are definitely going to be an important element in terms of getting the person to respond. But the most important thing to realize is that that's really not quite enough nowadays, because there's such an overwhelming number of photos on there. So it's very important to differentiate yourself. What kind of cool hobbies do you have that are a fun thing to do, like hiking or traveling? It's good. It's a good thing to show the pictures of yourself when traveling, because it helps to even gravitate an even stronger level of interest. The problem, I think, that for the women, since they get a large number of guys responding, is that it's very important to realize certain pictures attract a certain crowd. So keep that in mind. If you have pictures just scantily clad on the beach, you're probably going to attract a certain crowd. If there's a picture of you in the library, probably can attract more nerds and things like that. So it's very, very important to realize that even small factors can make a huge difference in terms of who you're attracting and whether they're a good match. So oftentimes women complain that a lot of the guys on there are not of high quality, but perhaps one could say that they didn't do anything to really bring out such a person, because since those quality guys are probably going to be in a very short supply, they're going to have to really take efforts to market to that small market. So something to keep in mind. I hope that I was informative. If not, you can let me know in the comments below. And obviously, you know the drill. You need to subscribe, give me feedback, and I look forward to hearing more from you sometime soon. Bye-bye.